Okay, folks. So we are here again. Let's see if we can do this week and not have any type of malfunctions. Hopefully, what have you. All right. So I've got a lot to talk. We've got some news about Tinian has a as part of a non-profit. James Tynion IV as part of a non-profit, which is awesome. We've got new comic that's coming out, which seems really interesting. We've got Kickstarters, and I'm going to talk about kind of being guilty at times and for talking about geek stuff. Yeah, I know. That sounds like it's not gonna be fun, but I'm gonna try and make it as fun as possible. Okay? Are y'all ready? All right, let's do it. Hey folks, what's up? I am Antonio Pomares, and this is the Hungry Bleek Show. Thank you so very much. I am the Hungry Bleek, the hungriest man in the room. You take that however you like, and welcome. Well, it's been quite a couple of weeks. There's a lot been going on in the world and geek culture all over the place, but I'm gonna give you just a little bit of it to let you know what's happening. So we have some news to go over. So let me talk you through it. I mean the geek culture news. I'm not gonna talk you through that. I mean, that's something that you have to do someone else. But yes, I'm gonna talk you through. So let's start with some geek culture news. All right, so well, first thing we have, which is actually a really cool thing. I was scrolling a little bit on a couple of days ago, and I saw that there's something called Bodega Comics. Now, this is a nonprofit that is out there that's going to be in Brooklyn, in New York. And basically, this is the gist of it. So, Bodega actually stands for uh, Brooklyn organization dedicated to the endurance of the graphic arts. Basically, what this is a nonprofit that's going to be helping to enrich and use its resources to keep comics and graphic arts going in Brooklyn and in New York. I think this is a really beautiful idea and something to have. I think this is very important. I love seeing something like this for the arts, and it has quite an illustrious group of people that are part of the whole organization. We have Bryce Gold as the executive producer. James Tynion IV is a chair on there, is the chair. Courtney Menard is the secretary, and Elizabeth Harburn is the treasurer. Obviously, we know that. I mean, it's for me anyway. The name that I know the most of is James Tynion IV. Obviously, Batman, Something is Killing the Children, World Tree, The Closet, and he's going to exquisite corpses. There's so much that he's got going on as far as like comics, and also venturing into TV and animation as well for his properties. I think this is really great to have a big nonprofit like this with such a huge name who is really striking while the iron is hot. I love organizations like this that are helping to enrich and keep arts around because we need art. We definitely need art. And they have an event that they're already talking about having. The event is called the Beck Brooklyn Expo of Comics 2026. This is going to be in Brooklyn, obviously, and it's going to be November 14th and 15th in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. I did not realize until I was looking at it. It didn't dawn on me when I said Beck. I was like, oh wow, bacon, egg, and cheese. They're keeping it very, very New York, obviously. Bacon, egg, and cheese, we all know, is one of the um, one of the treasures of going to the bodega in the morning in New York. Everyone needs a bacon, egg, and cheese. Beck, bacon, egg, and cheese. You say it all together, bacon, egg, and cheese. There's no space in between the words. You can say Beck or you can bacon, egg, and cheese, however you want to say it. Um, I love this. I love that. Yeah, like we're having this. There's so much going on, and so many people trying to uplift and have events for the arts, for comics, for indie comics, for graphic arts. I love seeing organizations like this and having new events where people can go when it's something new. And I love it. I love the fact of community rallying and just being together like this. I'm absolutely for it. And again, Tynion being a very big name out there, I think this will go over very well. I'm very curious to see how this is. I actually want to see if I can actually go to that Beck um, in November. So yeah, that might be a little bit of a tricky time because it's going to be after New York Comic Con, where everyone is kind of spent and tired. But I think having it be a little smaller event and in Brooklyn will definitely help it. So yeah, keep your eyes open for Bodega Comics. See anything out there. If you hear James Tynion talking about it, please go check it out. In the episode description, I have links for a lot of stories that we have, and one of them is for Bodega Comics. I'm excited to see what this can do for everyone, and how this actually helps out the art world. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. Congratulations to them all. Uh, Hello, hello. Thank you very much for joining us. Cookies to Scoops. Hope you're having a very good day, evening, or whatever time it is where you're at. Thank you. Next up, we're going to talk about a new comic that's coming out. Excuse me. New comic that is going to be coming out for Image, obviously, and it's called M1 Monster Racing League. Absolutely, yes. You had my attention at Monster Racing League. What the hell? So basically, what this is this is going to be an all new ongoing series. First off, Jay Lee is doing the art. Absolutely, yes. I mean, you could tell from the cover, if you know Jay Lee's art, see that it's going to be there. But this is a Monster Racing League, and this is a story that's going to be hitting in June. You have me at what the hell is that? A story I never thought that I would see, but that's what Image does. They give you new things here. So this just looks, I just love the monsters and racing. The hell, because I actually do love racing comics. I've gotten into Speed Racer and Racer X from Mad Cave Studios, and I am into monsters to a certain extent. Monsters, some kaiju, what have you, I think are kind of cool, but this has just crazy. So basically, this is the story of it. This is the synopsis of it: is when 17-year-old Dev moves to Japan, she stumbles into an underground world of illegal street racing, where speed is power and mutation wins championships. This high octane sci-fi drama set in a near future Tokyo is Fast and Furious by the way of K-pop demon hunters Arcane and Akira. What? Absolutely, yes. I'm here for it. Give this to me. I think this is amazing. I'm going to show you some of the art, some of the gal. I absolutely love the cover. Is absolutely beautiful. That particular cover. Jay Lee's art is always welcome. It just hits your soul in a way. These are some of the variants, which I absolutely do love. I love the yellow and black. Obviously, I think of Bruce Lee. I think of The Bride. Beatrix Kiddo. Sorry to spoil that for you if you have not seen Kill Bill yet. But yeah, this is just, I love the fact of underground street racing in near future Tokyo, and let's add monsters. What the hell does that even mean? Don't care. You blend it up together. Now I'm gonna drink it. You can fire that thing up and throw it at my head. I'll take it. Thank you, Lewis Black. I love this reminds me of like when Image first came out, which they're starting to do a resurgence of it now, where it felt like they were doing stories that were just so different and so off the wall, and you were getting it. You weren't always getting superhero stuff. You were getting a mix of, comedy. You were getting sword and sorcery. You were getting some superhero stuff. You were getting some vigilante stuff, but you were also getting future stuff. You were getting modern day. You were getting a sci-fi. You were getting dystopia. You were getting all manners of things. You were getting political stuff. You were getting so many manners of things. And I think in the last few years, Image has really felt like the Image of yore. Like I'm talking about when I was reading Skull Kickers, Wayward, East of West, Nail Biter. Those are all just random titles to say, but they were all just things that were just so random, but great stories and just so engaging. I absolutely love Jay Lee's art, the way he's bringing all this beautiful, these images of near future Tokyo together in this world of street. I want to see how the street racing actually blends with this near future Tokyo and the beauty of the surroundings and the environment. I'm so for this. So yes, I'm excited. I want to see this. Let's go. Jim Lee's on art. I'm here for it. Give it to me. Throw it at my head. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, So this is going to be, let me see the date again so I can make sure that I got it for you. And it is going to be in June. Let's see, what is the date of this? Is so this is June 10th, obviously. So go to your local comic shops, uh, check out some of the covers, pre-order it. Let's get, because looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and this is going to be an ongoing series, which I love as well. It's not just going to be like a, you know, 6 issue or 5 issue like limited series. It's going to be an ongoing, which excites me because that means they've got more than one arc thought up. So hopefully they've got about 2 or 3 arcs there, 6 issues each. I'm down with it. That'll make me happy, and I want to see how this works. I'm just very excited. How do the monsters and the racing and the mutations work into this? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Very happy. June 10th, M1 Monster Racing League. Get into it. Snap into a Slim Jim. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. No idea why I said slap into a Slim Jim. There's no reason for that at all. None. So yeah, so those were some of the stories that I had for news this week. I had a bunch of stories last week that I was trying to go through, and it was a long week, and I think I got through half of them, and then my computer had technical difficulties. So this week I want to keep it kind of short, kind of light, kind of fun, kind of woosah-ish, if I may. If I may. So yeah, so there's that. So next up we've got Kickstarters. That's very interesting that it's on top like that. That's a new design, I want to say. Of course it is, because why wouldn't it be? There it is at the bottom. I always like it at the bottom. Yes, and so yeah, that's great. So now we've got Kickstarters. We've got some really cool Kickstarters. Now I had Kickstarters that I was going to talk about last week. I had Midnight Comics. I had one that was called Kingslayer. I had a couple of them, but they were funded. So outstanding. Congratulations to you. I always love when people's ideas and dreams and focuses and I like whatever they've been thinking up in their head, and they've doing the art and writing and everything, and it finally comes to fruition, and it's crowdfunded through people who really want to see it. I love that, and I love seeing Kickstarters get funded and seeing the creators be so happy about it being kickstarted, and then hearing all the wonderful uh reviews and just acknowledgments and love that come from the people who get the digital comics and the print. So however they're taking it in and reading it, I absolutely love that, and I'm proud of everyone who's been able to do it. So congratulations to you. So yeah, so Kickstarters are, if you're not familiar with what a Kickstarter is, I'll tell you, I guess. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, sure. So basically what a Kickstarter is you're crowdfunding. You're helping this person get their comic funded and completed. So we're going to talk about some of those. First up I've got is Fumes. This is from Emmetropia Comics. Y'all already know I absolutely love me some Emmetropia. And Fumes just caught my phone that I dropped. Reflexes. So we're getting Fumes too. So this is from Emmetropia Comics. M-Shy Dash is sophomore comic, I guess you could say. From her first foray into comics. First issue was absolutely just breathtaking and adventurous cli-fi tale of our near future and what can happen because we're not taking care of the environment, what have you. Which we are not. Let's be honest. So issue 2 is just going to be just as much of a roller coaster ride as the first one is, as our incredible and quite striking. I was looking at her in the first issue and I was like, she is quite not just deadly and incredibly capable at what she does, which is take out these aliens, which are called their greens or reds. She's able to kill the reds, but she's not allowed by orders to kill any of, she's allowed to take out and kill the greens, but she's not allowed to kill any of the reds at all. So I'm looking at Eula, and she is captivating. She's might be one of the most beautiful comic book characters I think I've ever seen. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. She's breathtaking. I would she's very, she's just very fetching. Can I use that term, fetching? Is anybody else using that term? No, not really. Okay, cool. So, Fumes 2 is here. I'm so glad that the Kickstarter for this is live. There are 20 days left for this. We are going to please. We need to get this one funded because this is going to be just even wilder than the first one. So, I'm gonna go and tell you about this. So, Eula is an agent with a knack for killing aliens, a rare genetic disorder, and a million questions about her past. After her teammate Rigdon discovers an X-Corp conspiracy, he excuse me, gets kidnapped, and she goes hunting for JD, the one man she knows has answers. Yeah, so in the first issue, we get to see her doing what she does, which is go absolutely berserk on the greens, which are, like I said, the aliens that she's able to kill, but she's not allowed to kill the reds at all by orders from X Corp. So after that, we go into more of this conspiracy of why the aliens are here, what they have to do with the Cli-Fi, with our like dystopian future that is been dealt this way because of the climate change and such like that. I love the fact that M. Shy uses the term Cli-Fi. I love when there are distinctions between different types of dystopia and what actually caused it, what actually caused the disaster that's happening here. Someone even said that, and I hadn't thought about it, they said, well, Godzilla is, in a way, a Cli-Fi tale. And I said, oh my God, wow, that's great. So Fumes is in the same category as Godzilla. I'm just saying it's in the same category as Godzilla in that tier, which is high art. This is a comic that has so much to it. Like I said, not just the action, but also the conspiracies of what's happening, what's not happening. And some of them you can actually look and see these things actually happening in our real world environment. The art is stellar, very dark and moody, but it sets a tone for what you're seeing and what you're feeling in those areas. The art, when there's a fight scene, it actually has a very close quarters claustrophobic feel to it. The way that light and the colors are used, which almost makes you feel like you're actually boxed into these areas. The characters also drawn so beautifully and so well, and there are differences. I love the fact that when you see people of color, you see different people of color, or their body shapes are different, or you can see, not everyone is shaped the same, regardless of what their gender identity is. And they're just beautiful, and their hairstyles. Eula has one of the most beautiful heads of hair I think I've seen in any comic out there. I'm gonna be it's just absolutely devastatingly beautiful. So I love the fact that she's gonna be going out and figuring out what's going on, and she's out there on her own, basically rogue and doing. Way too excited to read this. I'm way too happy to reread the first issue. I'm gonna be happy when this is an animated or a live action series. Speaking it into fruition, Emmetropia is just beautiful. I think we need stories like the stories that are telling us um, about the dangers of where we're headed as humans, and how we're treating the earth and the environment. These are very real issues, and hopefully stories like this not only entertain you but also make you think, hey, maybe I'll stop using this, or I'll stop using this product, or I'll stop using, I'll turn this off and stop using what have you, just so we can have a better world for all these kids and grandchildren that people have. So that's just my 2 cents. I'm not trying to be preachy. I'm just saying possibility. Let's get it out there. But yes, I'm definitely on board for obviously Fumes 2. Emmetropia, I'm really happy to see that this is a publisher that is out there, and is pushing different stories and getting them from the quirky black sci-fi tales volume 1 and 2, which M. Shy actually wrote. So even to have it based on her anthology of stories, I think is incredible, and I'm here for it. So yes, Fumes 2, go and check this out, please. Let's get this one funded, folks. Another one we definitely need to get funded is The Diary of Sweet Pea #3. I don't know why I said that like that. I honestly don't. I don't. My throat's getting a little dry because I don't have my non-alcoholic mimosa with me, sadly. So you all know, I had uh, just this really incredible writer creator who I'm just a huge fan of Aleem Leggett. I remember seeing a promo, I think on IG, about Sweet Pea, and I had to read it, and it was one of the loveliest but most trauma-inducing and disturbing comics I had read, mostly because of what these children have to witness. Well, now we're getting issue 3. Basically, Amani comes face to face with her inner demons after refusing to accept that her father is no longer among the living. There's a lot going on in the story, and it's absolutely beautiful. The art has gotten better. The writing looks like it's even stepping up more. I love when a comic, everything levels up from issue or trade or arc to the next one. Absolutely love this. This is a story of a father and daughter and them having to go through one of the worst days possible with this invasion, and finding out that not everything is what it seems, from someone having powers and being able to save someone else, or someone seeing the horrific instance that happened on a school bus. I'm not going to get into that, but it was absolutely traumatic, but it made me dive deeper into the story. And I love talking to Aleem, because he has so much to say about this, and how, you know, this hits him because he's a father. And I love when a story can touch your personal life, and some of your actual life bleeds into the story. It brings a bit more of a gravitas to it. It brings a bit more of a love and a passion to it, and a little more grounded, which is beautiful, which is great, which I absolutely love. So the characters are Imani Williams. We have Amaya. Amani is our lead, and she has a very, the world is in her hands, basically. We have Kiara Greathorn. We have Phantom Craig. I don't have my glasses on, so I really thought that was an O, but it's a G. So there you go. We have Phantom Kraken. I love the name Kraken. I don't know why, but I love the name and the term Kraken. Release the Kraken. Huge Greek mythology reader as a kid. The art has just leveled up and is beautiful. It's so breathtaking. I love the way that purple is used in such a powerful way. Obviously, purple is color of royalty, striking so much. A lot of us know the power of purple as well from Black Panther, the suit, obviously, as well. So it's just beautiful to see the color used in such a powerful and strong way. We all knew Prince for purple, but now purple is becoming more of this power color that we're using. I absolutely love that. The art, like I said, has just been bumped up. The colors look bolder and brighter. And the character designs have really feel like they've been nailed down even more, like they're sharper and crisper and clearer, which I'm a huge fan of. I want to read this because any story that can make me feel somewhat hurt and quote unquote traumatized for these characters, I'm actually here for. So yes, I'm here for Sweet Pea, the Diary of Sweet Pea. I always call it Sweet Pea for some reason. The Diary of Sweet Pea #3. Yes, Aleem has and his team are just doing amazing things, and I am so happy to see everything that comes from this. I'm a fan. I love being a fan of not just great comics, but great stories in general, and how they can hit and affect and just blow us apart. You should. The covers are just incredible. There's just yeah, I'm all for this. Because we have Alim Leggett is the writer creator. We have actually, I'm gonna bring the screen back up because I want you all to see this again. Bring these faces back up so y'all can see these folks. Uh, there we go. Yusef is line artist. Alfred is a colorist. S is letterer. I like that. I wish I had a Funko Pop of myself. I think it would be awesome. Michael is the editor. So yeah, you have some really beautiful stuff going on. Like I said, look at some of these designs, but also some of these covers are just crazy. Look at the boldness of it is really what hits me. And I love beautiful variants too. But you can see how purple really pops and it becomes a focal point. And I love that it's coming from this young Black girl, this powerful royal color. is coming from her. I think that's astonishing. So I'm like a huge fan of that. So yes, I'm just, yeah, I'm very happy to see him come from issue 1 to now issue 3, and it grows. It just becomes more beautiful. I'm always going to be a fan of, always and forever. That's just, yeah, like it just makes me feel good. It's like it's cool. It's awesome. Yeah. So next up we have Thema, the warrior, excuse me, the war queen. And this is from 615 Comics. So 615 Comics is, uh, they're one of my favorite companies out there publishing. They're just doing all these incredible comics, and they're, um, what would be the term? Their uh, continuity is beautiful, and I also love the fact that they're consistent. Their consistency is just absolutely knows no bounds. Excuse me. So yeah, so we have this coming. This is their newest one. The last one was the King's Domain #2. I'm going to be reviewing that in the coming week on TBA News with Robert, because I just, yeah, it showed a whole new world that's going to be opening up for that. So Thema, as my voice cracks, so Thema, the Queen of War. This is their newest Kickstarter. Like I said, Thema, the Queen of War, must use her God-given powers to protect the golden city of Ra from mystical Mercy, the mother of monsters. I love stories about, again, sword and sorcerer stuff, supernatural mythology, and things that incorporate our folklore, um, whether it's the Orishi, Orisha, excuse me, the Orisha, whether it's Egyptian gods, anything that brings together different folklore from other um, countries, from other cultures. I love that, learning about that. It's just so very interesting learning about different gods and other mythical figures, and um, you know, um, and how they can blend together with actual like real life figures and create these stories. I'm always a fan of that. So when I saw this was from 615, I saw that it was about this warrior, this female warrior, and who's a war queen. I absolutely had to do it. Um, I'm just, and like I said, the company itself, I'm just a huge fan of. And I mean, we have everything from, I'm gonna probably butcher some of these names. And I apologize. When I butcher the names, I'll probably awaken the creature and beings themselves. So just get ready, folks. Impundula, harpies, um, Eloko, which I love, but I love the design of the character. Um, Eloko, who else do we have? We have Nanka, legendary fearsome dragon-like swamp creature from West African folklore. Oh my God, yes. Harpies. A lot of us know harpies because of Greek mythology, even video games too. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. So let me go through the list of the creators on here. Random creators Malcolm McFadden. Interior artist is Ozor. Colorist B. Letterer is Letter Squids. It's a great name, actually. I actually love the name of that. And we have a cover A, cover B, so the variant covers as well for that. Mayank, we have Serge, and Serge again. Okay, cool. I love the name Serge. Thank you to Beverly Hills Cop. I think that name will live in infamy, and it like be iconic forever because of that movie. So we have these character designs for Thema, which I absolutely love. Um, Beautiful, strong. I love wings and axes. I have a thing about characters, regardless of their gender identity and the weapons that they carry, and when they have wings or axes, I'm a fan. I'm automatically a fan. It's just something so beautiful about it that it just makes me, I don't know, it just always looks really cool to me. But I love the fact that this picture is beautiful. Actually, her on a throne with the axe, powerful and beautiful, regal as hell. I'm here for it. I think this is going to be another hit for 615. 615 has done some immense things. Like I said, King's Domain was phenomenal. The first one was great. Second one was even better. They just have a huge roster. I feel like they have like ever growing library of books that, like I said, their consistency is great. When the Kickstarter was over for King's Domain. I think I got the digital a couple of days later, and I think the day after that I got the physical copy. I love that. Absolutely love this. Perfection. You have it down to a T. Thank you so very much. Timing is everything. So it's beautiful. Uh, every story that I've read from them has been great, and I've enjoyed it so much. I've enjoyed it from the writing to the art to the letters to the editing. It's a company that more and more I'm looking at them and I'm like, this is what I wish I had when I was a kid. Because a lot of the companies, obviously, when I was a kid, all I really had was Marvel and DC. That was it. But seeing more and more companies with Black people, with Indigenous First Nations, with Latino, with Hispanic, with Asian, seeing more and more indie creators and publishers out there doing their thing just brightens my heart, and I absolutely love it. And 615 is on that list. 615, Emmetropia, obviously, Midnight Comics, Ray Comics, Webway Comics, Concrete Comics, 133 Art, Mishmash Arts, Lock It Down Productions. I mean, there's so many, and I would put their stuff toe to toe, head to head with anything from Image, Dark Horse, Boom, any of the imprints from Image, any of those companies, because their stories are just as great and they're just awesome. So yeah, so yes, Thema. We have 18 days left for Thema. Please go in and just pledge, get this book, go back and check out some of their other stuff too. Some of the other comics, like I said, have just been phenomenal. See if they show them in the rewards. Because a lot of times they'll have like lists where you can actually go back and check out some of the older stuff. Yeah, so you'll have like Brack Soul, which is awesome. That was and beautiful as well. Like if you're into something superhero-y very much, Evora Lee, thriller, sci-fi, powers, absolutely. Hellhawk, vigilante. Hellhawk and Subject Zero, vigilante, dark, brooding. You're gonna kind of violent, but in that setting, in that story, in that theme, you're definitely gonna get that. So yes, absolutely there with that. So yeah, go and check out this one. Absolute hit, banger, must have. Go for it. So those are all the Kickstarters that I have. As in the episode description, I have all the links for the Kickstarters. I have the link for also the Bodega comics as well, because I would love for y'all to just go and check that out. It looks like it's going to be something really fun. But as always, folks, let me check on you. I know I haven't really been doing it. It's Friday. I want to make sure that you're good. You're doing your thing. Make sure that I know the week has probably been tough. Got stuff going on. People are traveling. Got holidays coming up. All the stuff's going on. But please drink water. Take your vitamins. Did you take your meds? I'm not trying to please you. Just trying to make sure that you're the best you that you can be. Whether it's for a physical, mental, or emotional ailment, I want you to be the best person that you can be. Okay. I need that for you. I got to have that for you. All right. So this week's Bleak perspective, I'm going to make this short, kind of sweet. So last week, the show unfortunately crashed. I did not have a good time with that. Had a huge anxiety attack Friday evening. Thankfully, I had two friends that talked me off the ledge. Not literally, but obviously, metaphorically. They talked me off the ledge, got me to ease down. I still felt horrible, but they got me to feel better. But then it made me think about what I was going to say last week as well, is about guilt and creating your art. Look, create your art, whether it is on the page, whether it is music, whether it is speaking to people, whether it is up on stage making people laugh, whether it is tuning a violin, a harpsichord, a guitar, whether it is writing bars, whether it is roller skating, whether it is your body and you're sculpting it with muscles. Do your art. Sometimes I get guilty that I come on here and I talk about comics and geekdom, and I flirt with you all a little bit, and I make silly dad jokes, and I show off t-shirts. By the way, shout out to Kyrie Randolph, one of my favorite artists, and this incredibly classic t-shirt of the Brooklyn Defender. And I get guilty because of everything that's happening in the world right now, especially with the president that we have going and everything with the TSA and then ICE agents in there. There's so many real world things happening, and sometimes it makes me feel frivolous to come up here talk about comics. But then I realize that we need art in whatever form it is. We need art to speak to us, to soothe our souls, to soften our brows, to relax us into be. Whether it is a beat that you're listening to on your phone, or whether it's a game that you're playing with on your phone, or whether it's an actual game, or whether it is you writing a sonnet about this person that you saw on the bus, whether it is you cooking a meal that is delicious for yourself, for your loved ones, for a neighbor, or for maybe the the local shelter that you donated to. We need that art in the world because it helps us to feel something. The minute we stop feeling something, we're done, we're over, it's a wrap. So the fact that we're still feeling something for humans out there who may not be feeling anything for us, but we are here doing it each and every single day. We get up, we stretch, hopefully, we drink water, we get ourselves cleaned up, we get dressed, and we go out. Or if you work from home, get yourself situated and working from home, or whatever it is that you're getting up to do each and every single day because you're the one doing it. You have earned some art to make you feel human, to kind of soften those edges a bit at times. We need that. And if me coming on here, speaking for about 40, 45 minutes, talking about comics, if you allow me into your home, on your phone, on your smart television, on your tablet, whatever it is, and you're listening or watching, and my voice helps to soothe you, my voice helps to whatever, my me talking about these comics and everything that's happening and going on helps you feel a little bit better for that time period, good. But I still battle with that guilt sometimes, but then I go, maybe someone needed that. And I have gotten people who have said, "Oh, your voice was very relaxing, thank you," or "Oh, I didn't know about that comic, thank you," or "Oh, I didn't know about this program, oh, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that. I've been wondering if I should read that. Thank you for talking about it." Maybe I made you laugh. Maybe I made you think. Maybe I made you go and buy someone's comic. Maybe I made you go and click on someone's Kickstarter, check it out, and you couldn't afford it right now, which I understand. Pockets are tight, gas is high. What the hell? Then again, that's what happens when you start a war for no apparent reason. Um, so you share the Kickstarter, what have you. Then I'll say, okay, I shouldn't trivialize anything like that because this is my art and that's my canvas. Whether it's one person, 10, 20, 30, 40 people, however many, I dig it and you dig it. So thank you. Thank you very much for that. I truly appreciate that. Create your art. It's part of your soul, and maybe that'll help to touch someone else's soul and make their day just a little bit better, a little more relaxed, or whatever. It'll just somehow positively impact their day. And that's the beauty of it. Then again, what do I know? I'm just a short, middle-aged. Am I middle-aged? 48. I want to say 48's got to be older than middle-aged, right? Or is it middle-aged? I don't know what middle-aged is. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, from Jersey. So what the hell do I know? So, folks, that is the show. But I've got to say one thing. I got to give a shout out to Sean Allen for the grand opening of his Pyroglyphics studio in Philly. Man, congratulations. You've been doing so much work for so long. And to have a physical embodiment of what you feel and what you love and what you do is absolutely amazing, man. Congratulations to you. All the best luck. Please, folks, go and check out Pyroglyphics, Pyroglyphics Studios. Go and check them out. The grand opening was tonight at 6. So they've been open for about an hour, like an hour and 40, so like that. Hope the place is packed. Hope it's awesome. Man, congratulations to you, seriously. All right. And on that note, folks, I want to say thank you. That's the show. Thank you so very much, folks, for letting me talk you through it. And I appreciated talking you through it. I always appreciate talking you through it. I always do. The comic book news and reviews and stuff and Kickstarters is what I mean when I say I'm talking you through it. That's what I mean. Anyway, you all have a very good day, whatever time it is where you're at. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And as much as I hate to say it, I have to keep saying it because it's a horrendous thing, but abolish ICE. Get them out of the airports, please. This is going to be a dangerous situation, folks. It's not going to get any better in summertime. I promise you, it's not. And fuck Trump. I'm tired. We all are. You'll have a very good evening, day, what have you. I will see you Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for TBA News, Anime and Gaming with Jabba Chan. I will be with her. And Wednesday, Comics Culture. It'll be myself and Robert, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. And Friday as well, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Hungry Bleek Show. I'll see you later, folks. Have a good evening. Peace.